YOLK is back. YOLK is back. YOLK is back. YOLK is back.
Generation Mix.
YOLK is back.
YOLK is back.
Welcome to YOLK.
YOLK is back.
Hola, guys. This is OG YOLK Podcast. This is Summer. I'm with Supervising Director, Jane Wu. She is an Annie Award-winning and Peabody nominated director, storyboard artist, and film and animation. Writer, costumer, story artist for podcast. I'm going to discuss all the elements of her extreme dedication to animation and live action. She managed to bring it all together, blend it together. Thank you, Jane Wu, for being here with us.
Happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Power player. Okay. So let me do this first. I'll do this. Jane, when you started working as a storyboard artist, and actually you were a costumer first. Let me do that.
Character design.
Character design. Okay, thank you. And you did that first. And before someone else, who got you into the next level?
So I actually trained as a fashion designer and a costume designer.
Mm-hmm.
And I got out of school and didn't like the industry, so went back teaching. While I was teaching, I opened up a comic book store.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, got it.
Right, because I love comics. And so I was teaching by day and handling a comic book store by night.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to know a lot of comic book artists because I wanted to do comic book art. Except they didn't really accept females at the time.
I had never heard of any.
No.
I had never heard of any female reading comics, even much less buying and owning one.
Yeah, so I owned a comic book store.
Mm-hmm.
So some of my friends that were in comic books ended up in animation, and they told me that they think I would be really good in animation because they know that I draw fast. I didn't know anything about animation,
Mm-hmm.
so I put together like the world's worst portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing in that portfolio was you know I can draw well, and that was it. But nothing said I have animation experience or anything. So I turned it into Sony,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't hear back for 9 months and I even forgot that I put my portfolio in there.
What did you do those 9 months?
Teaching.
Oh, okay. So you
And
kept
running
teaching.
a comic book store.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they called me and they said, "Hey, we want to hire you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Doing what?" And they said, "Cleanup."
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay, that's weird. I'm going to clean up bathrooms.
Yeah.
That's how little I knew about the industry.
Yeah.
So, obviously cleanup was something else. And then they showed me, and I had to put these little rough drawings that the storyboard artist does, because, back then we used to have paper. And then I had to put it on model, which means make it look like the actual design.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I could do that. It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
So I started working on it. And at the end of the day, the producer came by to my table and said, "How are you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "That's great. I got these three drawings done." And then he goes, "Nah, you're supposed to get that stack done." Oh,
Jeez.
so that was my introduction to animation. And 3 years later, I was running a show.
So it was on the job training.
It was 100% on the job training, but you learn fast. And my first show that I worked on, so I did cleanup, and after I did cleanup, Sony started doing
Men in Black.
Men in Black.
Yeah.
And because of my ability to draw fashion illustration and the way the character designer drew, my lines were closer to his, and I could emulate his style. So they made me sort of like an assistant character designer, or like the number two.
How does that work? Like, did you have to, did you have to negotiate your pay, or you just accept it as your
I
job?
didn't know anything. I just, I'm just happy I got a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I basically Miguel Prado,
Mm-hmm.
who's a really really excellent comic book artist from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
He would do the main design, and then I would do the secondary design. But it all had to look like it was the same artist, right?
Yeah.
So I had to sort of draw like him, and I was able to do that. So I did that for season 1, and season 2 came up. They said, we want you to be the lead character designer because Miguel's no longer here with us, or he was leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, I don't want to do character. I want to do storyboard. Because, as I was learning how to do character design, I realized I hated it because I just didn't like how technical it was. And I didn't like drawing the same things over and over
It's
again.
limiting.
It's I think nowadays it's not limiting to people who can do that. It's just I didn't have the patience for it.
Good save.
Yeah. So and then, that executive said, do you know how to storyboard? I go, no, how hard can it be? It was very hard.
There was no Google back then when you're like going, what's storyboard? How did you
but even at that, you still need
experience?
You need experience, and I didn't have any experience. I had comic book experience, and so I love telling stories through visual images. So I thought I could learn it really fast. But it was very humbling because I didn't know when to cut for a close-up, when to cut, when to put the camera where, what angle, and I was just completely lost. So
how long were you working for that?
I did it for a whole season.
Which is a year?
Maybe about
more than that.
Maybe about 9 months. 9 months to a year.
So you said you kind of like winged it for 9 months?
No,
okay.
So the first couple of months, you start realizing you suck at it because when I would turn it in, I could see my director just kind of like deflating. And then I could see that he was staying after hours to correct a lot of my work. And I felt bad, I'm going home, but he has to clean up my stuff. Right? He has to fix it, right?
Yeah.
And then so I asked some friends in there for some advice, and they gave me some of the veteran ones. They gave me some advice of things, exercises I should be working on, books I should be reading. And so I gave myself that summer to really learn it. And I just thought, if I can't learn it, then I got to go back to fashion or something else because
you gave yourself an ultimatum.
I did. I did. So every day.
Sorry. What is your exercises? What were the exercises?
A lot. I read a ton of book about story and about cinema, and then it was really. I took every single black and white movie, not color. I would watch it all the way through and understand the story, and then I would watch it again without sound, and I would pause on every single shot that they did, and I would draw that shot out. And then if it was a moving camera, I would draw the beginning of the shot and the end of the shot to see how the camera moved every single shot through the whole movie.
Is this common sense and added with the art? Or is it just your learning skills?
I don't know. So when I teach storyboard, I always have to preface it saying that I didn't learn this from a school. I learned it on the job. So I'm going to teach you the way I learned it, right? So I can't tell you what magic was behind this or what made me click and go, oh yeah, I suddenly understand it, because that worked for me and may not work for other people. But I know that I still do that exercise. Wow. Because to me, skill set is sort of like if you're a martial artist, right?
Which you are.
Yeah. Which you constantly have to train because you never know when that battle's going to come up, and you have to be ready. So it's just training, and it's just constant training, and it's constantly trying to see if you can master it, right? Not just understand it, but really master it. So I would say that summer, something clicked in my head and I understood storyboarding. Did I storyboard the way I do now? No. It was just a basic understanding of what shots were.
Yeah, and the process, and you kind of like
Yeah. So, and
change
I
the
remember
process.
I storyboarded this one scene, or my assignment, and I turned it in, and my director smiled and he was happy with that. I'm like, oh, thank God, I don't have to change jobs again.
Yeah.
Because I was feeling like I was too old to try to. I was already in my 30s, right? So I was like, oh my God. So if I have to relearn something again, or go learn another, go learn another skill set, I was like, I'm too old. But thank God it clicked, and yeah. So that's how I got into the animation field, and I started there.
Just to rewind, how did you said you did martial arts. How old were you to do it? Because this brings into our story about your blue-eyed samurai.
Yes. So after I worked at Sony, I left and went to Disney. And one of the first shows I got on was Mulan 2. And I called in a martial arts school. At the time, it was called National Wushu Training Center, because my friend had gone to that school, and I asked to see if they could come in and do a demonstration for us. Prior to that, my martial arts knowledge was just all the martial arts films I've seen.
Oh.
Right, and it was a lot because I grew up in Asia, so I have a lot more data bank of martial arts than I think a regular person that grew up here, because of the accessibility, And so they came and did that demonstration. It was really awesome seeing that kind of martial arts done live in front for you. And then they all challenged me to join the class, and I thought,
wait a minute, how old were you when you
I was in my 30s. I was like 31.
Oh my God, I thought you guys joined it like in your teens, and then you brought that.
No.
Oh my God, that's amazing. When you
No.
were 30, and I don't know how flexible you were, but
I was very athletic to begin with. I was very athletic. So that's why I thought going into martial arts, it was like, oh, I could handle it. It's fine, right? And I remember going in and having my first class, and I was just throwing up all over the place because it was hard. And then I just remember, okay, I'm going to do this class this week with minimum throwing up. And then pretty soon you go through one class, and I'm like, oh my God, I did throw up, and that was great. And then so it was the next week was like, okay, I'm going to do this class, go through all my classes without stopping. Because sometimes it's too hard. I have to step out and stop for a second and come back in. And then you get to that point, you're like, oh my God, I did the whole class. Right?
Yeah, that's inspiring. Just as a normal person to like do martial arts in 30. Like I thought everybody started when they were teenagers.
You should.
Yeah.
I started too late, but when I did it, I got so into it. I did it almost on a daily.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of
the only day we
devotion.
didn't do it was Sunday.
And you're working.
Yeah, so after work, I would go train.
That's incredible, because then.
I did that for like 10 years. So like if you
that's
like,
intense.
at daily. And so my circle became my wushu friends. And that was kind of like the people I ran with as my martial arts crew.
I love martial arts. I don't practice it.
You should try it.
I took it for like a year or two, and they said I made too much noise. But when someone, they said no contact, and somebody is about to hit me, I'm like, like ow, 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 and they just kick me out.
Say ow, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that brought you into. So Men in Black doesn't have martial arts, right?
Right, but Jackie Chan did.
Yeah, Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
So,
but that was before I took martial arts.
Copy.
And so it was just kind of doing things that I sort of could figure out, right? But where I really started using it was Mulan.
Oh yeah, Mulan.
There was a huge action set piece that I designed that was supposed to be the introduction to Mulan, and I put so much martial arts in it, and I loved it, and the director loved it, and we wanted to open the movie with that, but we were told that if we did that, the girls wouldn't watch it. And I was like,
What?
that was designed by a girl, right? It was so weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
So you could see that on my website.
Yeah, janewoo.net.
Yeah, you could see the
Yeah,
actual.
I was gonna say that. So you're JANEWU.net, NET, for anybody who can't spell. Okay, so basically, I don't understand is that you can look on IMDb for your work as well, but you actually have a living resume right there of all your work. Easily.
And I think, back when I had to have a resume and when you're applying for a job and people are going to say, can you show me your work? It was just, digitally things were coming up. And so a lot of artists tends to have a website and they will have,
Visuals.
all their visual stuff, because so much art it's digital now, right? So that's sort of what I did. But because I was so specific in what I did, I just did storyboards. So my website is a lot cleaner. I don't think I need I don't think I need a portfolio anymore, because I think
no, you don't need that. The fact that you still have the 2024 or whatever on the top, I forgot which one was the next one. You had Thor Ragnarok. You had of course, God, I'm thinking all the ones that you have that I've watched. All of the shows, almost more. I've never seen anybody who has a resume there. I watched 2/3 of the shows. I mean.
But also that means I'm old. That's also
that means I'm old.
No, that's also how long I've been working. Because
yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh, you've done so much work, or you've done so much in your life." I'm like, "Well, I hope so, because I'm old and I should have done that much."
But you changed 4 different careers at least. 4 or
No,
5
just 2.
Oh, it seems like it, because you do costuming, right? Fashion design, and then you did character, and then you did storyboard, and then now you're director.
Well, that's changing career means I did fashion, and then now I did animation / film
Copy.
Right? So I would say entertainment. It was just 2 really, but I've changed. I've changed my roles. Yes.
Yeah.
But
you increased your salary. Yes.
But if you look at how long I worked through the days, I'm not sure I increased the salary.
Well, it's like you're fearless. You say, you know what? I'm not going to do this character lead anymore. I'm going to just go for.
But I didn't know. But I didn't know. I didn't know I was bad at it. You think oh, well, how hard can it be? Just like the martial arts thing, right? I overestimated, and once I got in there, I'm like, oh my God, this is so hard. So what happens when you get into a situation where it is hard? Do you give up? Do you screw it up? What do you do, right? And so I think my approach is always trying to do the best that I can to try to prove to myself if I'm supposed to do this or not. I have to know myself, right? So if I put in all this time and I was still bad at it, then it's like, well, I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Oh, yeah, this is a sign.
Right.
So you're a perfectionist? Would you say you are?
I'm not a perfectionist. I am curious. I'm very curious about everything. And I'm curious if I can do it or not. I don't have, because as a perfectionist, that means you have to make sure everything's, but I just want to know if I can do it. And if I can do it, I want to know if I can master it. It's a little bit different. I recently, it was not recent, 7 years ago, took up bread making.
Oh my God. Oh.
Sorry. Because my fiance took me to Italy and I've just never ate bread like that before. I was like, oh my God. And, living out in the East over here, we don't have really good European bread.
No,
and
it's
so
also the milk too.
Right. And so I took it upon myself to learn how to make artesian bread. And for that first year, I had to throw away so many doughs because I couldn't figure it out.
You're not Buddhist, huh?
No.
Okay.
I know it's a waste, but
is it biodegradable? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, go on. Sorry.
And sometimes it turns out really rock hard, and
oh man, yeah. No,
it's just a lot of failures. But I just thought, if I gave up now, then I won't have the bread.
You wasted all that time too.
I wasted all the time, and something in me just thought, you know what, I could do it. I just need to systematically understand why I was failing. So I would do controlled environments. I could totally get into
You
bread.
make it sound like science.
It is science. Baking is a science, and I could totally get into the science of baking. But now, my breads are very consistent, and
You can do sourdough.
that's all I do. I'll show you pictures of it.
I love sourdough.
Yeah. And I grow my own yeast and everything. So I was doing that before the pandemic hit, right?
Oh, wow.
So
Are you selling it?
I know, right? I'm gonna retire selling baking bread. But you know, slowly I was able to make the bread more consistent, and slowly now I don't really have to measure. I can when my hand goes in there, I go, oh, I can feel it.
Oh, yeah. You
You
can do
know.
it by sight.
And smell and I'm now making this with all my senses. And so that's how I look at my work too. I can do it.
Yeah.
And now all of my senses go in there doing it. And I think that's when one enjoys their work the most. And that's when you get to be an artist, because you're using all your senses. You're not panicking.
Right. Oh, yeah. Wow. You can like, you give Christmas gifts, like the bread? Or?
Yeah, I do that for my neighbors. Yeah.
Oh, just your neighbors.
Yeah. I'll try to get you one.
Good. Next thing, so you did 7 years of animation, and you also, I want to ask you, what's your I literally thought you had. I don't want to focus on the martial arts anymore, but I want to know, what was your favorite move?
What's my favorite move?
Yeah. Because you say wushu.
There isn't one move, because the way we do martial arts, it's like choreographed sets, right? Or in Japanese karate, it's like the katas. I think my most favorite thing is the straight sword form. We call it forms.
Is it that? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's the sword. It's the sword with the tassel.
Yeah.
Like I remember as a little girl, like in the West, you say, "Oh, I hope to meet my knight in shining armor."
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, I hope I meet my SwordMaster.
Oh my God, that should be in the museum, but it is kind of. Oh my God, that's awesome. So did you meet your SwordMaster, and did you go to Japan to do that sword lesson?
Not Japan, China.
China. Okay, so they have that too.
Yeah, but I did most of my wushu training here, and I met many SwordMasters. But it's just funny because growing up in the East and watching so many kung fu movies, I think I identified more with martial arts than, say, guns or things like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Amazing. I watch all Hong Kong martial arts movies. So
Yeah.
I know all, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't jump into a martial arts like you did.
Well, out of curiosity, I wanted to see if I could do it.
Yeah. I want somebody else to just stand in front of me and do it for me.
No, it's more fun if you do it yourself.
Well, now I'm going to break easily because I'm older. Do you feel more? Oh, yeah, you already answered that question. Okay, let's go to the fact that you love animation movies, and you said your favorite one was Tekken Creek.
Yes.
And I actually, my husband made me watch that when I got married. He got me into full animation series. And the drawing of it is so different from the animation I grew up with is Disney, which you also love, about the small, the way they did it in the 1960s. You said you liked the way they did the lines and stuff. And with me, I looked at the 1960s Disney and I look at your Blue Eye Samurai, and it is almost not exactly as...
No, it's different.
Yeah.
What I meant by lines is because I am such a student of line, because I draw and I sketch, and I love that so much. I never learned how to paint. I still want to learn how to paint, but it's a different discipline.
Yes.
And lines fascinate me. So whenever I see lines, I can't take my eyes off of it. And the fact that animation makes lines come to life,
yeah, that's
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But they don't do that anymore. It's not line work anymore. Now it's CG. It's 3D, right?
Yes, yes.
So I think the line component is really missing, and that's why with Blue Eye Samurai, I really want to take it back to a time when people used to use lines. And you know, in the 60s, Disney had that line quality where they were experimenting with just leaving the lines there and Xerox copying it and using that and not cleaning it up so that you could see the pencil line. Excuse me. And what I loved about that was you could really feel the artist's hand. And that's always amazing to me when you look at a piece of animation and you can feel the artist drawing it. And that's why I'm not a huge fan of CG animation because I don't feel the artist, I feel the machine behind it.
Right. You don't feel the heart. So you're saying...
Well, no, I mean, there's still heart in the story, but
the
I mean,
CG?
in the art of it,
Yeah.
you know? It's, and nowadays, this is how the industry pivoted to. And it's not to say it's not bad or good. It's just for me, what I look at and what I relate to and what I like is more hand-drawn art. But that's not going to happen anymore because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
So
and time, right? It's
yeah.
time
So how do we get, and also nobody does that anymore. So how do we get that look still, even if it's CG?
Well, I guess if you don't want to answer this, it's up to you because AI is changing things, and with art, it changes things too. So now I'm thinking, as a viewer or as a art enthusiast, I'm not, but I mean, if I was, I look at art now to see if they actually used AI for it instead of like seeing the authenticity of it.
Yeah, you can't do any of these talks and enter these interview without talking about AI, right?
Nowadays, right?
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't get away with it from it. My thoughts on AI is that I think it's inevitable that we use AI as a daily tool, if we're not now, but even specifically for what we do in animation and in live action. So say in entertainment, right? I think it's inevitable. But how we use it is the important conversation. Not are we going to use it or not? We're using it already.
Yeah.
But how we use it, right? How we use it responsibly, why we're using it. I think those are the two most important questions.
It sounds like a weapon.
It is to some degree, right? So, look, there's going to be people that want to make, whether it's live action or animation, a whole entire movie out of AI and it costs nothing. Look what I can do. There's going to be an audience for that. And that's fine.
That's a shortcut audience.
But let's not even call it shortcut or whatever. Let's just call it. Let's just call it. Yeah, let's just call it. There's a demographic that would do that, right? There's also a demographic that won't do that. What's differentiating that I feel is that what makes us different than a machine and a computer that can learn. I think the difference is we have our five senses. The computer does not have five senses. We have to tell it what the five senses are.
Right.
Can it get close? Maybe, but I'm gonna bet $2 that as a human being, you're gonna be able to feel like, something's weird, something's off, because those five senses don't feel real.
Copy.
And I think that's what you're gonna be able to feel with something that is too AI. Right? Where you just kind of let it do what it wants to do. When there is not a human guiding it and when there's not a human designing what it needs to do. So I think it's going to be a huge gamut of 100% AI to using some AI for background plates or, putting in the vintage cars or something like that. There will be that, but it's how we're going to use it responsibly is I think what we need to be aware of and the question we need to ask. Yeah,
they have to discuss it. I'm not a fan of AI because I do casting, so I want real actors.
Sure, right? Because even with an AI actor, you could just feel like, something's not right about it. Something's not real because they're not really responding to you, right? You're prompting it, but it's not responding to you.
You did. I'm not aware right now. I should stick that into the edit. But you're casting director for Blue Eye Samurai. Did you guys choose the leads, Maya Erskine and okay? And you went out there, like you said, you went for George Takei. And...
Yeah, when you're casting somebody, usually your lead cast, your numbers 1, 2, and 3, you kind of have a good idea already who you want for that. And the showrunners reached out to them to see if they would be interested, and we didn't know if they would agree or not because this was such a weird show. I mean, remember before Blue Eye Samurai, there was no Blue Eye Samurai. But I had full faith that the Asian community would rally around a story like this because it's a story that I think the Asian American community can understand and can relate with.
The biracial aspect of it?
Yeah, and the bicultural. I mean, I'm not biracial, but, I grew up in the East and West, and I'm locked into a lot of the experiences and feelings that Mizu has as well. Right?
Yeah, my husband and I, we love the show. Once we saw it, we're like, in Maya Erskine is like, if I'm saying her name right, but she plays music amazingly. She also has the levity for it, and the almost like because she's playing one of those movies back in Hong Kong. Movies I always love to watch is when women dress as men to survive outside.
Yeah, so
I love that.
I don't know if you can feel it, but Mizu was really designed after one of my favorite Hong Kong movies, which was Dragon Inn. It's on Chinese and dubbed Vietnamese for me, so I don't know what it is.
Yeah, so I know the Condor one. Remember the Condor Chinese movie?
Yes.
I won't mimic what her moves, but it was good. I just love those movies, and they had the dress.
Yeah.
And you did that for Mizu, and her glasses is cool. Like it's almost like John Lennon glasses.
Those were the glasses that were of the period.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because we did a lot of research. There were no other types. That is it.
Well, it looks good on her. And okay, so all the scenes, we won't do the whole season, and we're looking forward to the second season, is that even when there's moments, and you guys should have watched it by now, spoiler. Okay, so when she's trying to find her father's, right? Her father. And then I'm like, why doesn't she go talk to somebody and before she kills them, or like there's certain situations where then she did finally talk to somebody, and then they came over with her on a boat to save his life, and I don't trust that guy. I forgot his name, but I don't trust that guy. Is it Kenneth Branagh's character? That's the guy who. Are you talking about at the end?
At the end, yeah, when he says London.
Yeah, yeah, and then she goes over, and I'm like, don't believe him. Don't believe. Like,
but she's so dedicated to her. To her vision, I guess, of revenge, she makes bad decisions. And to trust him could be a bad decision.
So she's willing to take the risk.
She has no choice, she feels. Sometimes when you're so locked into this thing that you want so bad, you tend to not see the logical answer.
It doesn't happen often.
Okay, you're too logical.
No, yeah.
But that's the story that we're telling. We're telling a story about an imperfect person.
Because she's already good with the martial arts. So,
right, but her heart, everything about her isn't at peace. And so she's, if you think about it, she's really fighting against herself.
Yes.
Right? So she can't see the logic and she can't see the reasoning behind it. No, she shouldn't have, she shouldn't trust him. No, she shouldn't have.
He killed so many people.
Yeah, she shouldn't have killed that little girl. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah.
She shouldn't have done all those things, but she feels like she doesn't have any other choice. We know a lot of people like that. We have friends that you go, there they go again. They shouldn't have, okay, there it is. Okay. And they make bad decision and you have to go pick them up or get them out of jail or whatever. Right?
Copy. Okay, some scenes where they have the gentle, are they geishas? I forgot. Like the show where they walk in a brothel and the women are like trying to survive there and all the gross men. It's funny. It's funny how the way you guys draw or this artist and animation artists draw. I can feel for the characters.
Yeah.
It's even by their eyes, their actions. I can feel everything.
We wanted to make sure in scenes like that nothing in our show is gratuitous. Everything is based out of characters. So even if you looked at the girls that worked in the brothel, we didn't want to talk about the sex. We want to talk about the work.
Yeah, I didn't feel, I'm really
Right.
prudish, so I didn't feel any kind of offensive.
Yeah, because we talked about the work. It's just work. It's
Mhm.
how they got by. And it's a story about how women back in those days really didn't have much choices,
Yeah.
you know?
And then you guys had the fight scene at the rocks. Yeah. I don't know the episode names because my husband's a fanatic.
That's 102.
Thank you. It still bears in my mind because of the crazy fight.
Yeah, so that beach,
Yeah.
the whole beach fight with Chiaki with the waves,
Mhm.
I choreographed that in my dining room.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was wondering about that when you do some of this scenes, when you say super fight, because other people direct a few people direct the other episodes, or did you do all of it?
Other people direct it, but when it comes down to choreography, I would
Yeah.
have to step in and help sometimes because one of the things about this show is we had a stunt coordinator, right? Because not every director or not every storyboard artist is a martial artist, and I didn't want like fake martial arts because then you don't ground the world, because world building is about grounding these elements and these details in order to build the world.
Right.
So what I would do is, you know, the director would ask me to help in, you know, certain scenes, or how do we choreograph this? And so I would just board out that section if I have to. That beach fight particularly was it was two characters and it was bookended, so I knew I could storyboard that. But the other complicated ones, like the ones, you know, jumping around the cliff and stuff like that, that actually had to be prevised first because that was all camera telling the story. So once the camera was set, then we came back in to choreograph what the moves would look like.
It's so fascinating how it looks so easy when I watch it. Okay. But it's tremendously, I don't know how many hours it takes just to do those moves, just the fight scenes, the emotional scenes, and then everything's drawn. It's like,
Blue Eye Samurai, I think, is more complicated than the average production because I also changed the production pipeline to suit the needs of what I wanted the show to look like. We had talked about, you know, the showrunners and I had talked about that I wanted, you know, we all wanted to ground this world.
Yeah.
Because there's no magic in this world. And we often talked about real cameras.
Wow.
So which means we have to design the set first to understand how we're using the set.
Sorry about that car alarm.
Yeah. In order to, is that anybody's car?
It's not my car.
Okay. And it, okay. And we needed to understand the set. So we would bring in the camera, and in live action, what you would do is go visit a location, right? Which you call a scout.
Yes.
We would scout the location. And you would look at the room. Is it appropriate? Is the door in the right place? Do we have to knock out a wall? You have to discuss the location. And then now
For animation. That's crazy.
well, you still have to do that too, because if you're talking about real cameras, right? So we would build the set first, and we would come in, and before we finalize the build of the set, we would come in and scout the set with the camera, with the directors and everybody, whether it was virtually or we all huddle around one computer screen. But we talked about which way we're looking at. Are we looking at this way, or are we looking at this way? And that way, our production designers know which part to design. They don't have to design all of it because we're only doing this. So it's very live action oriented in that way.
Copy. And you say it takes, who gets the final decision? You?
A lot of people.
So it's a vote. It's a democratic vote.
It's a hierarchy vote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, it's a lot of money. It sounds like a lot of money.
It's very expensive. Yes.
So Tekken Concrete is one of your best ones. What's your other one that you like? Because adult animation has gotten really serious.
I loved Memories,
Mm-hmm.
the anthology, especially the one with the opera singer.
Mm-hmm.
I think anime had a heyday back in the 90s.
With the Miyazaki guy?
No, no.
Okay.
I mean, he was always the heyday, but I'm
Uh-huh.
like for adult animation.
Yeah.
In the 90s, there was like Otomo.
Oh.
There was yeah, a bunch of other, I can't remember their names right now, but there's like Tokyo Godfathers,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. My husband made me watch.
Spriggan.
Oh, my husband made me watch Scavenger's Reign.
Okay.
I was like, why are you watching this? And then I'm like, okay, I guess like it's more. It's like I'm not saying Scavenger's Reign is not good. Okay, it is good in emotional value and almost like a silent film, because,
Mhm.
right? I guess it is. But I like Samurai Champloo
Mm-hmm.
because of the family dynamic on it, and that's probably Tekken Creek is like that. A little fun, it's like a family too.
Yeah, Tekken Concrete blew my mind because it was done in the 90s, and the way they used camera just spun my head around so much because they incorporated a lot of live action sensibility in it that I've never seen before.
Mhm.
So it always stood out in my brain. And then the other half was the looseness in the animation and just the pure confidence of the drawings, where they just are unapologetic
Mhm.
about how they are exaggerating some of these movements or so forth, or these shapes, was so satisfying.
How proud are you about Blue Eye Samurai's, I guess, reach to the audience?
To be quite honest, I don't know how big the reach is yet.
Oh, really?
Because Netflix really doesn't tell us how well we did with the numbers. They just say, "Oh, you guys did well. We'll do another season." So it's not like we have concrete numbers. And the only reason why I know there's a reach is because people like you or some fans would reach out to me. I'm like, we went all the way to Uganda,
Oh my God.
So
no, it's beautiful and it's bloody and but you have a specific vision. Have you ever changed your vision in any of the episodes?
no.
Oh, easy. Okay. And you still have the comic book store?
Oh gosh, no. We had it for like 3.5 years, and really it was just an excuse not to grow up. And then afterwards, we had to sell it because we all had to get real jobs. It's not like we're making money in the comics. There was just somewhere for us to hang out.
Yeah, you said I'll just do this quick. All characters CG and all else is projection map, 3-layer camera system. I was listening to that, and it's like listening to a different language.
Yes.
What was your first superhero character that you loved and first animated or first animated character you loved?
Oh, my first character in comic books that I fell in love with was Thor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I read a lot of the Thor series, and so when I went to Marvel and I started storyboarding a lot of the Thor stuff, it was easy. First character I fell in love with, probably Snow White. I saw it as a child in Taiwan, and it just blew me away. I think I was like 6 or 7 years old.
The way they drew that was so soft. It's so soft.
But seeing like drawings move,
yeah,
and just seeing the colors and the music, and I was just so blown away. So Snow White has a really
it's so pure.
It has a very special place in my heart because of that.
Yeah, I love all of them. Sleeping Beauty, Rapunzel, all Snow White, everything. But I want more girl power.
Yes,
it's just because of the way.
Yes.
Yeah, the oppression. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, we're going to the speed round of questions.
Oh.
Favorite color?
Black. No, charcoal gray.
Oh, okay.
That's blue.
That's blue. Yeah. Coffee or boba?
Oh, coffee.
Soup dumplings or beef dumplings?
What soup like the Din Tai Fung soup dumplings like that?
Yeah, I googled Taiwanese because you
Yeah.
you have background.
What's beef dumplings?
I don't know. It's Taiwanese. I googled Taiwanese food. I don't. Okay, a ribeye dumpling. I don't know.
Those are Cantonese food.
Oh shoot! Really?
Yeah.
I'm Vietnamese. That's my excuse. That's my only excuse. Okay.
But any dumplings is good.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Oh, Star Trek. You don't know me, huh?
Well, I'm getting to know you.
Yeah.
I thought I like. Okay, the new show, the Strange Worlds. Is it the Star Trek Strange Worlds?
Yes.
That's my favorite show for
Okay.
Star Trek. And the Lower Deck. My husband watched this cartoon.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm more of a purist.
You're talking like straight. Oh crap! It's a picture of her in a Star Trek outfit, dude. You know you have to be in shape to wear that too. You know, I couldn't wear that.
I made that too.
You made? Oh yeah, that's right, costumer.
Yeah.
Most of the time they sew, right? But you literally like put it together in the colors.
That was like one of those cheap costumes that you buy that doesn't fit well. So I took it
you
all
fixed
apart
it.
and I fixed it. Yeah.
Oh wow. I dream about doing that, but I never do it. I see it, and I go, but you have book or song that would motivate you for your day.
That's hard. I think both.
What song particularly right now? I'm like, don't say Taylor Swift. I'm just kidding.
No. There is a new artist by the name of LP, and her song's really good.
Her name is LP?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I only know 1950 songs and 80s. That's all I know.
Yeah, I know 80s songs,
I
but
know.
I don't know current songs.
Yeah, it's
But once in a while, because she's such a weird indie artist, and that song's great, and she has such a unique voice. I love it.
I do like Mina. Mina's an Italian singer. She's amazing. She's super amazing. High voice, everything. Since you went to Italy, streaming or movie streaming or movie theater.
Theater.
Sorry, guys, but superpower. Again, this is different. What would be your superpower that you would want?
I'll tell you what a superpower I have right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't jet lag.
Oh, yeah. I don't either.
Yeah, I don't either. And I see people like, oh my God, I can't. I'm like, how are you sleepy right now? Because like, I can sleep anytime. I can sleep on demand because I'm just that tired. And when the sun's up, I'm up. And when the sun's down, I go to sleep.
Because you're making bread. You're taking care of your daughter. You're working.
Yeah, because I'm tired.
We talked about bread making.
But I think the superpower I would really want is to be invisible, so I can sneak into meeting rooms and listen. Because information is power.
Yes, it is. Okay, sentimentally, mom or dad gave you the most inspiration?
Oh God, I think
it doesn't have to be verses. I just want it.
My dad shaped me to be who I am, but my mom gave me all my skill set.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
The mother gave you, not only did they give you nutrients, but and hair.
Because my mom was also a fashion designer. And so she taught me how to use my hands when I was very young. So I knew how to sew very, very young.
Oh my God, that's interesting. Yeah. I gotta see your mom's.
I'll show you.
Okay, thanks. And last thing, 3 things to bring in a box to escape. We went over time because she's too interesting. Sorry.
3 things in a.
Yeah, if you had to escape, what 3 things would you bring in a box? And your fiance is already included. And your daughter, I'm sorry.
I would bring a samurai katana sword, a rope, and duct tape, because you always have to have duct tape.
So you can duct tape the turkey that you're gonna catch.
Well, you can do
the samurai sword.
Duct tape for anything. It's like if you can't fix it, it's because you didn't use enough duct tape.
That's almost like a set solution. And the samurai sword, do you have one at home?
Yes, but
of course you do.
Yeah, but not a good one.
Oh, okay. You want an honest too.
No, it's a real samurai sword, but it's one that you buy at a store. It's not a real samurai sword that has the perfect haman and just a store-bought thing that you display.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the weight of the sword is off. It's not balanced.
My
correctly.
husband did say that you have to respect the knife because I cut myself all the time when I cook.
Oh no.
So you respect the knife, the sword.
You know where the blade is, because anytime you use a weapon, it's an extension of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to kind of.
I heard that in the movie. Did you?
No, that's what we're taught.
Okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
they said
that's
that in the
what
movie
we're
too. That's fantastic. I love that you have so many facets of your personality and your skills. And we thank Director Jane Wu. And you're doing a live action soon, right?
No, I already did. I wrapped. I just got back from shooting Interview with the Vampire season 3.
Oh my God! So and this is big, right, for you? Like
Yeah, and I'm attached to 2 other feature films right now to direct.
oh, some of us, need work, but look at her. She's got 2 other.
Well, no, I gotta get financing to get those films up.
I'm just
then
saying.
I have work, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm working on right now is more live action.
I love the fact that they're blending live action and animation. They're saying you already directed animation, you can do live action easily.
But if you look at Blue Eye Samurai, it's no different than live action, and I think some producers are noticing that.
Yes, and that's why I love the blend in them.
Yeah, because you know what? We're all blends. We're a blend of East and West and all our different cultures. And I think the most interesting things are the things that are blended, that are fused together.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. I wish I could blend something for you right now. I don't have I don't have any. I have dim sum. Thank you to OG YOLK team and also our editors who volunteers for us and makes our video so good on YouTube. And thank you to Larry Tazuma, Paris Wang, and the whole team. We couldn't do this, and we couldn't do this moment without Director Jane Wu. I'm so happy to meet her.
And I want to mention that I was buying your magazines way back in the 90s, and I know about this magazine. It was one of my favorite magazines. So I'm very honored to be here.
Okay, this is Tess. Who is on the cover?
Something Lee. She was the first Playboy model.
Oh shit, we had that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No, because we had that. Oh,
yeah. Of course, you had the Bruce Lee cover.
Oh yeah. Yeah. When I thought you said Lee, I thought Bruce Lee. But
no.
That was Shannon Lee. Shannon Lee. We have her.
No, but you had that, and we did wushu in the same class. I can't believe I'm messing up.
Jet Li?
Right now. No, she was the
a
first
guy,
Asian
a girl.
She is the first Asian model to be in front of Playboy cover.
Wow, I don't know that one. I didn't read that one. I read the one with Michelle Kwan, and who is Michelle? She's now Yo. Yo now. So it's like that, Margaret Cho and all these guys. That's what I have. But
yeah, and
fascinating. Now we know.
Yeah, you guys didn't have the magazine. It was like once a month or something like that. It wasn't like it came out all the time. So every time there was a new one, I would pick it up.
Thank you. She bought the magazines, guys.
Thank
you, everybody.
Stay tuned for the next episode. Pop the yolk and spread the love. Yolk is back.